everyone.
Hey, we're back. Robin.
Jack.
Today is episode 5.
Season 34, episode 5.
34, episode 5.
Day 14.
Big episode.
Big episode. I think Aubrey came back from the tribal where JT's just gone home.
Yeah, JT's gone home. And she realises she's out of
she
her depth.
said some great stuff. She said...
You have to remind me, because I watched it 2 days ago.
That's okay. But basically she said, that was a real surprise to me.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
Yeah.
But she also made a really good statement. She said, you know, there's a reason Sandra's won twice, and I'm going to have to start learning from her.
There is a reason why she's won twice.
But it's good that Aubrey has finally picked up. She hasn't been... She said she's wanted to play. She's tried to play.
And you know what? Which is, to Aubrey, her defence of being on the bottom here, most people in that situation would be like, oh no.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Panic sets in. And she didn't.
That's what I mean.
To her credit, she was just like, you know what? I've got a lot to learn.
And that's...
I want to learn.
And that's what I mean. Her attitude there was fantastic. It was the correct attitude.
Perfect. Yeah, so good.
She's made the mental adjustment at the right time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the merge happened now. She's got a chance. She can learn from what Sandra did.
Yeah.
2 tribes now.
Which we did say, you said in the last episode that if a merge comes, Aussie's in a lot of danger.
I did say that, right? And I still think that's true.
I think he's in. I think he's.
I think the only reason he's not in danger was because there was somebody there with a much bigger target on him.
And who was the one that orchestrated all that?
Zeke.
I'm seeing a winner.
Yeah, absolutely.
He has definitely got everything you need to win the game.
Absolutely. The way he's talking.
Yep.
When he talks about how he's thinking about things, displays to me that this is a guy who's switched on and he's watching and learnt a lot from his first season.
Oh, and he was good in his first season.
And he was
messed
good.
up. He fell short, but he was very, very good.
Absolutely.
And to pull off what he pulled off.
Well, I think also the way he's pulled it off.
The way he pulled it off
really
was
well
brilliant.
done.
And that's you hear it all the time. It's like it's so simple. It's in essence, it's simple.
It's very simple.
We're voting for this person.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
No,
Sandra can do that.
Yep.
She's one, and we saw it. Yeah, he's going home tonight.
Yep.
Giving Aubrey the faith that they're on board, where the three, her and Michaela. But that's what I didn't mention last episode because I forgot about it. Sandra actually saying, "Yeah, it's pretty simple. He's going home tonight."
Yep.
Bang. Tribal is done.
Yep.
You've locked Tribal off.
That's it.
Zeke managed to do the same with Sandra.
Debbie on exile. Let's talk about it. This has got to be... Look, I'm not sure if it's lucky for her or not to go to exile, but...
What a waste. No, what a waste of exile.
That's
what
exactly
a waste
what I
of exile.
thought. I thought to myself, of all the people who could have gone to exile, why Debbie?
I know.
The worst choice, you know?
Oh, especially when they've flipped exile up like that.
And
they're going, who's it going to be? Who's it?
Yeah.
Is it going to be Boston? Because I thought someone was... I was like, maybe Boston Rob.
Maybe Boston Rob.
But Cochrane, that was a pleasant surprise. I actually watched it and I went,
Cochrane!
Cochrane! I was so happy when Cochrane came
That's
back
what I mean. I was happy to see Cochrane.
Yeah.
It was great.
Once again, Debbie has provided us with...
She's not a game changer,
Debbie.
but she gets a lot of camera time.
She is not a game changer. It pulls a lot of camera time.
Yeah.
Yep, she does. And even Cochrane's like, I just wanted her to be honest. I'm ready. I'm giving you tips, but nah. Debbie is rock solid. The biggest mask. Just show some vulnerability, Debbie. Just show some vulnerability. You aren't as great as you think you are.
Can I give you a couple of quotes from Cochrane?
Yeah, please do, because I've forgotten.
Debbie claims to be an expert in everything. Right?
Yeah.
Cochrane sums it up what we saw last season when she played.
Yeah.
Or the last
well,
season,
exactly.
right?
Every time she was a different job. She had
different job, but an expert in all of them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Cochrane. You know. Debbie's got overconfidence in his comfort, and she's comfortable where she is. You know, he's like,
how can anyone be comfortable if they're dead?
In Survivor.
In Survivor, but especially in Survivor.
That's what I mean.
But even as Debbie.
If you're comfortable, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what Cochrane says, right? Overconfidence and comfort is poison in Survivor. That's his word, poison. And it is. If you're sitting there thinking, I'm okay, you are dead.
And, you know, Cochrane is a man to get respect. Cochrane is from memory, the first winner who wasn't actually, you know, he's the big underdog winner, the first big underdog winner. Yeah, he's got the brains, but he had no physical ability. And in the season he did win, he just smacked. He went on the challenge. They call him the challenge monster or something at that one time. He just went challenge after challenge. He was winning that many solo individual challenges, and they weren't all brain puzzle challenges. Some of them were strength and endurance, and he just did it. Cochrane, you listen to Cochrane. Granted, you
should listen to Cochrane.
You listen to most winners, but there are some winners that you listen to more. You can't fault, like, you know, even not winning. Some people you can fault, like JT. You made big mistakes. That's why you're out of the game. That's
horrible
why
mistake.
Big mistakes. Cochrane, from memory, didn't make great mistakes to get himself voted out. He just fell on the wrong side when he got voted out. And the second season, that didn't happen, and he played great. He's going to play a good game. He's very good thinker. It's like if Zeke goes out. Zeke, you can't fault Zeke from going out last time.
Last time. You could
exactly. Same sort of thing. Zeke has a similar vibe to a Cochrane.
Absolutely.
He plays a very good game. Cochrane has always played a very good game.
Sometimes, Debbie, you have to swallow your pride and pander to people. Right? Yeah. This is another point, right? And it's a very good point.
Valid point.
Right? If you're on the outer or on the downside of the numbers, shut up, swallow that pride, and start kissing ass. Right?
Yeah, just
live.
Make it less personal.
Right?
Stop taking it personally.
But, and this is a lot, every time Cochrane opened his mouth, this is Debbie. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know.
Yep.
They should do that. They should swallow their pride.
And I'm like, Debbie, shut up, stop saying yes, and listen to what he's saying.
He's trying to help.
At least you're with Cochrane, who's going to give you winner tips.
Yeah.
Not loser tips. Not like he had a good go at it.
It's not like lost. It's not like Rupert, who's never won the game, the big fan favourite.
Exactly, right?
Actually can't speak from experience about how to get to the end.
Right. But here's Cochrane who can.
Yeah.
Right? And what's she do? She's just overawed by the fact that it's her favourite, winner.
And then there was a moment, like I said, you got to just be vulnerable. And I think that's, swallow your pride. Let down the mask every once in a while. That Debbie is just amazing at everything because she's so insecure with herself. Just be vulnerable, Debbie. And there was a moment where she did let the mask drop when she cried in his arms. Slight moment of vulnerability. But it was not the vulnerability we need.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't her realising the strategy was wrong. Then Debbie gets a choice of 3 advantages.
Yeah, we've got the make your own idol kit, the fake idol kit, which
forget it.
Yeah, why would anyone take that? Because how do you actually play that? That said, this idol making kit coming from them would have been a good kit.
Oh no, it would have been great.
Official. But how do you play it? Like
how do you play it?
How can you play a fake idol?
Kelly Wentworth. If Keith had played the false idol with Kelly Wentworth in Second Chances, that would have been a key moment in the game, right?
Yeah.
But he backed out because Kelly wasn't going to play it because it's obviously a fake.
Yeah.
Right? What she wanted Keith to do was just let it be seen coming out of the bag. She didn't actually want it. That would have been enough.
It'd be nice to be able to handball a fake one off to someone who you actually want to get out and think.
Oh yes, that's
potentially
like what Andrew did to. I forget the real estate salesman's name from last season.
Yeah,
handed him the false. Basically, didn't find a false idol.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Andrew that put it there?
Yeah, and he painted it with the pink.
Painted it and all
I don't know where they got the pink paint from.
I think it was Andrew.
But that was great.
Let him go to council thinking to try and think he's got an idol in their hands. It's like that's not a real idol.
And you got Stooge. That's the only way you can play a fake idol well, by trying to.
Yes.
Which actually, that's the only thing. Just dupe it to get someone else out.
Look, if you got somebody like Ty in a game.
Yeah, you could
maybe
lead him to get a fake idol, but it has to.
And even if he's got another real idol in his bag, right? Oh no,
he's got the real one and it looked different.
Yeah,
surely, unless it's that.
I think it would have been that good.
I think it would have been.
I think it's a kit that, as far as me and you as a player is concerned, we wouldn't be able to tell the difference, but Jeff would because Jeff can see it.
Yeah, of course.
Know what it is.
That's what I think as well. But there's a potential to stooge.
What was the other advantage?
Then you have an extra vote.
We won't talk about it. Yeah.
Then you have an advantage in the next challenge.
Oh, the team has an advantage. And look, really, when you look at all those, I can't imagine for the life of me why you would pick the team advantage.
The only reason you could pick the team advantage is to give yourself a chance to win that immunity And if you don't go to tribal, you have more chance of infiltrating and building bonds.
Okay.
That's the only reason you want. Like,
But it's very distant, isn't it? Sort of. It's like
the variables. You can have an advantage and still lose.
Exactly.
And then it hasn't really got you where you need to be, and you're still at the bottom.
So anyway,
the extra. She picked the right one.
She picked the absolute one. To me, as soon as I said. As soon as they listened, as soon as extra vote, I was like, extra vote.
Extra vote is almost, it's not immunity, but it has the power to be able to flip things and keep you safe.
I think also, the great thing about the extra vote is this. If it comes down to a tiebreaker, or, you can send somebody home that you want to send home.
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure.
Now, this is why I'm worried. This is why I'm worried for Aussie.
And remember when I said Aussie's going to have a big target at his back?
When he's with Sandra. That's what you said last episode.
He is very lucky because he's ended up with Sarah, Andrea, and Zeke. And these are 3 people from his tribe. And if anybody's going to save him to merge, it's going to be them.
Yeah. Again, now I'm still worried because of what we see at the end of the episode. What happens next? Because now he's primed for being thrown up. But maybe they just throw his name up. I'm hoping we'll see. Within the next couple of days because it comes out today. I'm hoping that they're just throwing his name out as get us interested. Next time on Survivor, Aussie's in trouble, but he's not actually in trouble. But I am worried for him now that Sandra's gone.
Too. When I saw the merge, I thought to myself, this is gonna. I'm not sure how well he's going to do from here on out.
I kind of this with the merge, I kind of felt that he was. Personally, I didn't think he was any threat because I just felt he was really with Zeke. I felt him and Zeke seemed to be talking and discussing, and Zeke was in the hot seat. Zeke was the one with the plan to basically take off.
I disagree with that.
Really?
Yeah. No, wait, in one sense. Sandra, they had the face-to-face, and Sandra's like, give me a day or two, I'm going to be running this trial.
Yep.
Which is, a claim that she's managed to pull off every other time.
And she probably wasn't too far away.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
Because we're going to talk about Zeke.
I think Zeke is the reason she wasn't running the tribe.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. But if Zeke wasn't on that tribe, she would have done what she said.
This is the side that I'm not sure about because, interestingly enough, Zeke and Aussie were standing at the water trough, at the water.
They're tight. They seem tight.
And they
both said the same thing about Sandra.
Right?
Yes.
They were like, we got to get rid of Sandra. And he's like, yes, we got to get. They were both on the same wavelength.
Yeah, they're both going the same.
And what I really found impressive by that is, I'm starting to see Aussie thinking the right way.
You're seeing strategy,
right? Yeah. He's not thinking I just have to be strong and provide good food for the tribe. He's starting to think, I need to be smart. I need to understand who's a threat. I need it not to be me.
Yes.
You know? And that's what he's starting to play like. And that was a really good thing to see. And it's good to see him and Zeke hitting it off mentally.
Yes, because that's a good thing for Aussie to have Zeke on board. Yeah.
If he can keep Zeke on side, they are actually. Remember how you talked about the power couple?
Yeah,
they are a great power couple.
They're a very good power couple. They can go all the way.
They can go all the way.
They've got every base covered.
Every base they've got.
And if they can connect on that,
that's right.
That mental strategy way.
Aussie covers the physical. Zeke covers the mental.
Yeah.
And Zeke is a very good strategic player.
And if Aussie's still kind of matching that and not being a follower,
exactly,
because there is a genuine chat where it's like, you can feel when you're on the same wavelength as someone. Yes. Surely, like I feel like if I'm talking strategy to someone and they're like, I think this, and this, and we're like, like if you and I talk strategy when we do, when you and I are on the same wavelength or think slightly different things, we know. But never ever are we like, the other person's just nodding along.
No, that's right.
And when they've got their own thoughts. And if they can keep that connection, it's when Aussie kind of just drags along and follows like a Jeff.
That's right.
You have no idea what's going on in the game. No. Like we saw, Jeff had no clue. Jeff had zero clue of everything that was. And Jeff is, in my personal opinion, Jeff's the reason Sandra couldn't put her feet in fast enough to save herself.
Look,
I reckon she could have got Ty.
Oh, look, I don't doubt she could have got Ty.
But she just, if she had time on the beach, she would have got Ty.
Sandra should have been rounding Ty up.
Straight away.
Yeah.
And that's where I think her slight
She
confidence.
relied on Jeff at that moment.
Yeah.
Jeff came back and said it's tied. Her instincts said
We're right. She was so
she was
on the
spot
money.
on,
She
right?
was
She's
so on the
like-
money. She's like, it's not tied.
And yet, I think, well, we'll get to what she says in the tribal later,
Yeah.
and I think it's absolutely spot on. But I think Sandra actually had an opportunity to change that.
I reckon she did, and I just think
Right.
she was a little bit too confident.
I think
and,
so.
and she did rely on Jeff too much, but her confidence, like the Queen stays queen. We
Yep.
hear it every single time, and
Yep.
even when she left, the Queen stays queen.
Yep.
Well, now you've got a dint now. You do have a dint. Granted, you're still the best player there. No one's ever a
Yep.
two-time winner, but you got to let a little bit of that ego go, because I think that was her demise. I think it's just her confidence that kind of allowed that I've still got time, I can work my magic, but then it just, when you don't look at the clock and next thing you know, you're doing an exam and it's an hour going on, and you look up and you've just been thinking and you look up and you've got 10 minutes left and you've written a line, one sentence out of 2,000 words.
Bloody good sentence.
Yeah, you're like, oh God! I think that's kind of what happened with Sandra.
No,
there,
look, I think you're right. I think it was a bit of overconfidence on her part.
Yeah.
I mean, like she said, give me 2 days and I'll be running this tribe.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2 days she didn't. But anyway, look, Zeke and Ozzy getting together were great because Zeke has a moment to camera where he tells the camera what he thinks of Sandra. He nails her.
Mm-hmm.
He understands who Sandra is and what she's about.
And no one's done it before.
And because he makes a really good point. Everybody has sat there and gone, I can vote Sandra out later. And every one of them went home.
Yeah.
He didn't make the same mistake.
Yeah.
He's learnt.
But he also learnt that from his previous season where it's like, I can get that later. And he didn't, and then it came clash head to head, and he fell short. When you have an opportunity, if you have that opportunity, don't say, this person's annoying us, we'll get rid of this. That person will, if they're smart enough, they will get you.
Right.
Never take that opportunity. And Zeke was good there. He's the only one to ever done that. His little posse, his little group are the only
fact,
ones.
this is the first time she's ever been voted out.
Yeah.
He's proof positive that he's the first one
Yeah.
to actually act on it, sit there and go,
Yeah.
she's a major threat, I'm getting rid of her now.
Exactly, and he's done it. No one else has. Everyone's kept her around because she isn't physical. She's very clever.
Yep.
She's very manipulative and very cunning. She's such a cunning player. But Zeke got the better of her, and I think Zeke can go all the way.
Oh, Zeke can definitely go away. He's thinking the way
Zeke's
shows
there.
you his thinking all through this episode.
Yeah.
And it's the right sort of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, then we get to council, right? And Zeke is just, to my mind, like we've been talking already, he's just on the ball. He's got the thinking in place.
Yeah.
It's day 14, so he's not at his sharpest, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's sharp enough. His thinking's right. He's assessing people well.
Yep.
He's assessing threats well. He understands, I think, there's a pecking order of who to get rid of.
Yep.
I like Ozzy. I think he's starting to think the right way.
Yeah.
And maybe, in a sense, he's starting to learn from Zeke.
Yeah, I'd hope so. Like I said, I'm really worried, but I hope he gets through this because I'm worried with this.
Yep.
Because granted, Sandra did everything she could, but she probably could have done a bit more because she was a little bit too confident in her abilities to slay people. But again, she literally says, "Ty, give us a name."
Yeah, I know.
And Ty's like, "Aussie."
Now,
yeah, I'll vote. And straight, and like that's another epic tribal council to me. I'm like, holy shit,
this
it's
was
going
big.
mental.
This was big.
Because Sandra was like, you know what? I know I haven't done enough. She knew she hadn't done enough.
She hadn't.
But at the same time, look at her. She doesn't stop fighting, and that was brilliant. I thought that was another great thing. It's like, because you're on a tribe, you know there's some people you're not going to connect with, and who actually do you want to go? Like, Jack, who do you want to go? I'll vote with you. Jeff will vote with you. We've got the numbers if you want it.
Right?
Right then and there. And he goes, yeah, bang, get rid of Aussie. And I'm like, what? And again, obviously, we all know I'm a huge Aussie fan, so now I'm like, get rid of Ty. I think, legitimately, Ty would want to get rid of Aussie. He's afraid.
Okay.
He knows those big, he's always afraid of those big, powerful, strong people unless he's friends with them.
Okay, so there was a moment earlier that I forgot to mention before all this, right? But there was a moment when Jeff comes up to Zeke on the beach, right? And he's talking to Zeke. Not when they were lying down. This is afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Or just in the forest somewhere. And Ty comes up, and so far everybody's on board with this plan to get rid of Sandra. And it's all a blind side. Nobody knows it's coming because they think Jeff and...
Yeah.
And Ty comes up and goes, so we're all still voting Sandra, right?
I know. Once again, you're a fool.
And I'm like, Ty, when are you going to learn to shut the hell up?
Because if he didn't do that, Sandra would have... That whole thing wouldn't have happened.
We all know Sandra's radar was good enough to know something was happening.
Yeah, but she didn't act strongly enough on it.
That's right. And I think that was her fault.
That's her fault there,
should have
because
acted
Jeff
more
was
strongly.
hopeless.
Yeah, Jeff was hopeless. Right?
To actually think it's all good.
Ty has demonstrated, and then by his action...
Especially when you're an underdog.
Right.
When you're on the low end of the numbers and they're like, yeah, we just get rid of Ty because we don't like him, or he's just too much of a threat.
He's an easy vote.
And you're like, wow. How easy was that?
Well,
I didn't have to scramble. We don't have to do anything.
Well, even Jeff said when he was doing the thing to camera, that was pretty easy.
Yeah, then that's not how the game works. If you think it was easy, something's up.
And then he goes to Sandra and he's like, hey, it's Ty.
Yeah, it's Ty. Hey, we don't even have to do anything. I thought this would be really hard. She's like, you sure it's Ty?
But he seems trying to reassure Sandra constantly, like, hey, isn't it great we're not on the bottom? And Sandra's sitting there to camera, not to Jeff, right? Going,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I don't think
1,
so.
2. Yeah, it looks like we're on the bottom.
Yeah, right.
You know, and even if it is Ty, we're still on the bottom.
Jeff's just... That's what I mean when I say Jeff's got no...
Yeah, no, that was just foolish. I don't know how you could logically go away from that conversation going, yeah, they told me the truth, because that's what happens on Survivor. When you say something, you mean it. Right. No one has any hidden agendas ever.
Ozzy and Zeke, did you see the way they were looking at Ty throughout all this?
Yeah.
They are just racking up the threat.
Yeah.
Right there. Ty is just gone from being mildly, maybe inoffensive guy to maximum threat level.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Because those two seem to be fairly tight. If you're if it's a Zeke or Ozzy, it's like, well, hang on.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And the other thing is, he's demonstrating to these people, he has a reputation as a flipper.
Yeah, he just says it right
then. Nothing.
Because he's just like, on a whim.
Yes. Boom.
If you tell me a name, Ty, I'll vote for you. I'll vote with you right now, here and here. And he says Ozzy, obviously in his mind, as he thought about, as he was like putting it all 2 and 2 together, it wasn't the best thing for him to flip right then, in that moment. Mm-hmm. But he's already said, that's just a blatant thing of like, yeah, I'll go with whatever.
Yeah.
You know, if it's better for me, if it works out better in my favour, I'll flip, I'll do whatever. It's like that. But that's why I'm like, yeah, Sandra was and probably will always be one of the greatest threats. If you ever play with Sandra, you've got to get rid of her.
Absolutely.
So even with Ty's blunder and Ty's unsurety, Sandra still outweighs the threat level. So they probably did right with, but you can't really write off a guy with now 2 immunity idols.
No, they don't.
If he's smart enough, like
they don't know he's got them, number one.
Well, you got to know he's got 1, surely.
They would have to assume he has one.
You have to assume Ty is going to have an idol.
But
Ty does what Ty does.
Here's the interesting thing. So all 4 of the other people vote Sandra, right? And I actually watched the,
when they reveal, yeah.
Guess who Ty votes?
Sandra.
I'm like, he's throwing Ozzy out, and he doesn't even vote for him.
Is it a backpedal? Well, that's what I think. Is it a backpedal? It's like, no, I still got to stay with my guys.
Right?
I got to stay with my... Too late for that.
It's too late.
You've already done the damage.
Right?
You've done the damage.
He's just shown Andrea. If Andrea previously did, assess him very well as a flipper, right? But Sarah may not know what he's like, right?
Exactly.
But he's just demonstrated to Sarah, this is why you don't play with me.
Exactly. All you needed to do, like when Sandra goes, hey, Ty, if you have anyone you want to vote for, I'll vote. I'll jump on ship with you. Or just go, nah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah. Yes.
I feel pretty good tonight. Yeah. Sandra goes, well, that's it. I can't do anything.
Exactly.
When Ty goes, I'll listen. I'll take that on board. Ozzy, you've now just shot yourself in the foot and made people think so many different things. And then you backpedal and go, well, I didn't actually vote for you, Ozzy. You threw my name out there. That's worse. I would have much rather you hidden the vote and not said my name if you want. Don't say it to everyone.
I couldn't believe he actually did that. I mean, that's just a way of saying to the rest of the group, please.
And on top of that, if I was Ty and that tribal happened around me, I would be shitting. Like, granted, it didn't turn out that way, but I'd be absolutely petrified that it's me.
Do you know actually?
And he didn't even play an idol. Like, I would have been. God, what have I done?
Do you know
because I know Sandra would have gone for Ty.
Do you know
she did?
Yeah, she did. Her and Jeff, right? But here's the thing.
Which again is a brilliant place. Ty, who do you want us to go for?
Exactly.
Because what she's doing, I didn't even realise that, but what she's doing is making Ty
that's what she was doing.
One,
exactly.
And wanting everyone to go in. How brilliant is that? It didn't work for her, but geez.
Remember she said before they went to tribal, she said, my plan at the moment is to make Ty, essentially, I'm paraphrasing, but she said, I'm going to make Ty enemy number 1.
Yeah.
And I was wondering how she was going to do it. And when she said to him, you give me a name and I'll vote with you, that was what she was doing. She was hoping that with her and Jeff writing down Ty, all she needed was like 2 of the other people to flip.
Yeah.
Ty would have been going
home. And I just realised that, like, hearing that, but because we just obviously spoke about it before and talking about her, but how she did the Sugargate.
Yes.
This is the same concept. It's like,
absolutely.
All right, and that's
exploit the weakness.
Yeah, and she's so, like, granted, yes, she's gone because Zeke was smart enough to make sure that happened. But what a brilliant play. She didn't do enough on the island to flip it over. But then in that tribal, in that moment, that Hail Mary was a really good Hail Mary because that could have gone. And I was actually being like, just get rid of the guy. You can't trust him.
It's exactly what you said. It's exactly like the sugar, right? She has gotten Ty to put the crosshairs on himself.
Yeah.
In tribal.
She knows it's her.
She knows it's her.
But so this is the difference. Like in the other time, she knew it was someone else. It was never actually her.
Is why
when it's her.
This is why I say to you, Ty's such a bad player. Most other players, when she said, throw me a name, would have shut up.
Yeah. No, good.
Knowing
we know the plan.
If I throw a name out there, I am a dead man.
Yeah, yes, exactly. He's a dead man. It might be.
Well, no, the only thing that's going to save him, politics,
numbers,
of course.
Politics and numbers,
but
with Debbie.
I think his idols in the end will save him.
I think his idols will save him. So you gotta make him feel safe.
One of the things I think they missed out on,
it.
and this is one opportunity I think they should have gone with. They didn't need Ty for the vote, right?
Yeah.
If those 4 knew they were going to hang strong, what they should have done, remember how they said they were going to tell Sandra and Jeff it's Ty?
Yeah, they should have.
I would have let Ty think, me personally, I would have let Ty think it was going to be him.
So he'd
play an idol. And that's where I think they missed the golden opportunity.
Yeah, there's you are juggling a lot of balls there, aren't you?
I know.
To be able to make 2 people think it's someone else and make that one person
paranoid enough to play an idol.
Yeah, that's a tricky game because you can always make that one person paranoid enough to flip shit.
Let's put it this way, though.
And flip the numbers.
If they had pulled it off, it would have been one of the greatest plays I'd ever seen.
That would have been a great play.
That would have been just terrific.
Yeah.
For one vote, 2 results. Getting rid of Sandra and an idol.
Yeah, because if Ty was 100% convinced it was him and nobody else, because if he was convinced it was Sandra, you're playing. That's a whole different level to play. If he was convinced it was Sandra, he could almost go, all right, it's me and it's us 2.
Yep.
He could, which I don't think he ever would, but he could almost go, bang, both idols, save us both.
Could have. That would have been awesome too.
Done that.
Well, Debbie's in the tribe
in the tribe now, so...
At least it hasn't got the cold over it.
Like, yeah, this is the thing, I don't know if I buy into it as much. Like Sandra's play of, if we don't get rid of Ty, you got Ty and who else?
Jeff.
No, Ty, Debbie, and who else played with Ty?
Sorry, Aubrey.
Aubrey. So those 3 might get together. I don't buy into that though. Like if I've been on the island one time with you, and because I just don't think Debbie built strong enough bonds.
No, but what I loved about it, And let's go back to where this idea came from, the whole Aubrey, Ty, Debbie thing.
Yeah.
Right? It's from Sandra.
Oh, no, totally from Sandra.
Right? But what I love about it is Aubrey's actually on the other team. Think about it.
They're not even together yet.
They're not even together yet. And
God,
Sandra,
I got suckered in. She got me as well.
That's what I mean. Sandra's getting to worry about a trio
That could come in the merge.
It could, yes.
That's so far away still.
So far away. It's not even something to worry about. And yet she's got Ozzy, Sarah, and Andrea thinking about this as a potential threat. Not the potential threat that's right under their noses.
Not the immediate threat.
And that was the beautiful thing. I was sitting there going,
she's brilliant. That
was a really good, herring.
Yeah.
Red herring to just throw out there.
She's so clever. You know, I'm a little bit sad to see her go because she's a player.
But even though she's gone, that's still a worry for them. I'm like, you shouldn't even be thinking about
don't
this.
Worry about that. With Ty's idols and Ty being such an erratic player, playing from his emotions and his.
The only problem.
He plays from fear. I find Ty plays from. This
is the problem with Ty. He plays in the moment. Whatever his fear is at the moment.
Yeah, it's always from fear. It's always from a fear.
That's right.
Like paranoia and fear is his main drive for every action he does.
It's in the moment. And this is the thing with Ty. This is why he changes so much. His fears change from moment to moment.
Yeah.
Whatever his main fear is right now is what he'll vote.
Yeah, exactly.
What his main fear is next week, he's got no idea what it's going to be.
No.
But he'll vote that way when it comes.
Yeah. As long as he has an idol.
Yes.
Because that's his overall biggest fear.
That's his gameplay.
Yeah.
If he gets an idol, then he can play the game. If he doesn't have an idol, he doesn't feel he can.
Yeah, because he's too afraid.
That's right.
He's too afraid of going home. And honestly, he's never really been in a position where he's actually on the chopping block until I think now, where he's put himself on the chopping block. But on the whole, I think people go. Ty is one of the people who's like, well, we can get rid of Ty later.
If you remember his first season, right? Do you remember when he had the advantage of the extra vote?
Mm-hmm. He wasted that, didn't he?
He did, absolutely, because he voted for Michelle. This is the bizarre thing. When he went to Tribal, he tried to get everybody to vote Michelle before they went to Tribal. This was, I think, with 5 people left or something like that. And everybody was like, no, we're going to vote whoever it was, right? And he was like, well, none of you were listening to me, blah, blah, blah. So he goes to Tribal, right? And he activates the extra vote. And Jeff goes, who are you casting this for? And he goes, oh, Michelle. Guess what? There were 2 votes for Michelle.
You and you.
That was it, right? Complete waste.
Yes, what a waste.
Okay, for next episode, I want you to call which tribe's going to cancel.
Oh, Aussie's tribe's going to cancel.
Aussie's tribe's going to cancel.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
Who's the vote? I'm going to go with Jeff.
I want it.
I know you want it to be Ty.
No, I don't actually.
Okay.
I'd like Ty to go because I just think he's dangerous to Aussie.
Yes.
Debbie.
Oh, you reckon?
I want to get rid of Debbie.
Really? Oh, okay. I reckon Jeff's probably the next vote.
Jeff's not an idiot. This is the thing. Jeff isn't an idiot.
Oh, no.
He was oblivious to that thing and he trusted way too much.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's a bit of a shit. I was wrong, Sandra.
On the other hand, he does have a... Zeke does like him.
Mm-hmm. Because they have the
little chat on the beach.
3 gay guys on the beach.
Yeah.
Maybe they have that link. And if that's the case, maybe he's in. I don't think he's gone though, just because I think he's got a bit of wits about him. He's not the smartest player out there, but he's certainly not the dumbest.
Okay, call who he's going to get. You reckon Debbie?
I want it to be Debbie. I don't think it will. I don't want it to be, but I just don't. I think Aussie will go.
Next vote.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big call.
I don't want it to.
Oh, I know.
Trust
I know.
Me. And part of me goes, I shouldn't have said it because I put it out in the ether and it's going to happen. But
wow, that's a big.
Oh God.
Unfortunately, you're right in one sense. He's probably the next biggest target in the tribe.
He's the biggest target on that tribe.
Right.
You know, if you think, because that's how they think. That's how that tribe thinks. You know, Zeke's the biggest target. Zeke is number 1, the biggest threat.
Oh yes, but they think Aussie is.
Yeah, but they're going to go with that physical.
Of course.
And part of me I just want to believe in editing. That they've only thrown Aussie's name out there to build up the suspense. Because editing will kill you, and they could have done that. They could be building up the suspense for me. And here I am. I've been panicking all week to wait to watch this episode. Well, I probably won't get time today, but if I get time today or tomorrow, freaking out that I've lost Malcolm, I'm about to lose Aussie because they've done it. But maybe I'm just praying that editing was just thrown out there just as a ploy, just as bait.
They do cut.
I reckon it's just bait. I'm gonna say Aussie because they did say in the next time on Survivor, Aussie's name's being thrown out there. But I'm also gonna say it that the editors have thrown that out as bait, and I've bitten.
Oh.
They're reeling me in.
I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to say Jeff, as I said, right?
Yeah.
But I would hope, this is what I actually hope.
I hope they get rid of Ty.
Well, I think...
Go with 2 idols who's plays on theatre.
Whoever they actually vote out, they need to flush an idol. So they need to make Ty think he's got his head on the block.
Yeah. Either flush an idol or make Ty feel safe to cut it at the head.
That's it.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Just cut him off.
Oh, if they voted Ty out without him playing both idols,
brilliant.
That would be a real... They wouldn't know how big that was.
Yeah. Until they watch the episode.
Until they watch the episode.
Because they have no idea he's got 2.
Ty's the sort of guy that actually turn around and go, by the way, I had 2 idols.
Yeah, not on the moment, I don't think then. But Ty's the sort of guy that will blab, like you said, during a chat around the campfire.
That's right.
Saying I got 2 idols. So, yeah, we'll see. I'd like it to be Ty. My gut says it's my fave's going to potentially on the shot. No, I'm going to take that back.
Okay,
Ty.
okay.
We're getting rid of Ty.
Okay. I'm going with Jeff still because I think he's an easy vote.
Okay, cool.
And I think Debbie's going to be...
Yeah, I think Debbie will come back.
She'll get Grace.
And I just think, she'll get Grace on the sense that there's going to be some conflict between Ty and Aussie because of that moment.
Oh, for sure.
That moment of mentioning Aussie's name, that's going to cause a rift. And that rift is pivotal. That gives Debbie her in. Not as to solidify herself. That gives her an extra...
She gets to ride under the... She's riding under the radar.
She's no threat. No. One, it's Debbie. Yeah. If it was someone else like Sandra or anyone like a big player, if it was a Malcolm or if it was an Aussie coming in, you get rid of them.
Yeah.
If you're but because it's Debbie is one that you can just vote off whenever.
Actually, here's a question for you: will Debbie tell them that Cochrane was at the Exile Beach? If you were smart, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
But it's Debbie.
I don't reckon she will.
Yeah. I
reckon Debbie is gonna do. Debbie's gonna go and she'll have a chat to camera and she'll be like, "Oh, I spent 5 years as an interrogator and I worked with the lie machines and stuff, so I can tell all this stuff and talk about how amazing she is at lies."
Okay.
And then she's gonna try and give us a really pathetic lie of what Exile was like. It was the worst thing. I think it's gonna be the worst acted thing. Like I think she's gonna overplay. She was stranded on a rock the size of, a large tent.
I'm going to go the other way. I think Debbie's going to tell them everything. I think she's going to tell them that it was food, it was great, and that she met Cochrane.
She could totally do that as well.
Of course she could.
Like she could totally do that. Like you wouldn't.
If you were a smart player, you wouldn't.
Yeah, but even if you were smart player, you shouldn't really say too much. Yeah, it sucked. You just keep it simple.
Of course.
I think she's going to go either way.
She's
going to tell them all this, or she's going to sell the fact that it was the worst experience of her life. And it's not. Like, you're going to look at it and you're
rosy-cheeked and you got a pep in your step.
I can see you think we're buying your lie. Because she'll be like, I told them all this. And they really believed me. And then we'll cut to them going, I'm pretty sure she's got something.
I still remember Debbie's cut to camera in her first season. The episode she was voted out, she was like, I'm the one in control of this tribe.
Exactly. And I think it's going to be the same thing. Yet they bought my lie.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. Or she will come out and say, suck it. I had a great time on Exile. I was on a boat. I got food. Cochrane came. And it's going to be either way.
Yeah.
It's going to rub it in. I'm going to rub it into you guys because I wasn't picked or... It was by rocks. It wasn't. You weren't.
Exactly. It was rocks.
It was random. Or it's going to be. She's going to oversell a lie.
I'm going to go with she'll tell them because she can't help herself.
Okay.
All right.
I like this addition.
Okay.
The show. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Yeah. So you reckon Jeff? I'm hoping it's Ty.
Yep.
and really hoping it's not Aussie, but I'm afraid. I'm very afraid it's going to be Aussie this one.
I
And I reckon Debbie will say a lie, and you reckon Debbie
will tell the truth.
Okay, cool.
Well, a version of
A version of the truth. Yeah.
All right.
Done.
That's it.
Great,
That's a wrap.
All right, we'll see you guys for the next step.
Next step. Episode
Thanks for watching.
6. Take care.